had to twerk off of that one. What's up, you guys? I'm your homosexual Courtney Revolution, and welcome to the Revolution Detective Agency. I cannot wait to talk about today's topic. We are getting into one of my favorite Atlanta peaches. Talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. NeNe Leakes, I think, is making her soft return, like her soft launch back into the Bravo network sphere. I've got my eye on her, and I cannot wait to break this plan that I believe we're watching unfolding down right here with you all today. But first, before we get into anything, before we even get into the TTT, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you can stay in all of the loop when I upload any of my new videos. We're talking about pop culture, reality TV, music, nostalgia. Yeah, we're getting into some things. We're gonna break down why NeNe Leakes left Bravo in the first place and the plan that I believe that she's putting in motion to sort of return back to the Bravo sphere. And without further ado, let's get it started like the Black Eyed Peas. Now, let's take a step back and rewind back to 2020 where things sort of got murky and a little bit messy. NeNe Leakes had just announced that ahead of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 that she would not be returning to the franchise. After being the standout star of Real Housewives of Atlanta for like 12 seasons, NeNe revealed to the public that she was only offered 6 episodes to appear in season 13, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Now, the reason for the 6 episodes, according to producers, was because that NeNe seemed unhappy. She was going through a lot at the time, especially dealing with the health of her husband, Greg. In true NeNe fashion, she clapped back and she said to producers, well, hey, listen, I'm upset that I'm only getting 6 episodes, which makes a lot of sense. You get paid by the appearance. So we need NeNe to be in every single episode so that she could get paid. I personally think that it didn't really seem to be so much about contracts, but more so about feeling underappreciated and undervalued. I mean, NeNe definitely was the housewife that put Real Housewives of Atlanta on the map. Now, while NeNe was dealing with all of this career drama involving the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was also dealing with personal struggles as well. Like I just mentioned previously, her husband Greg was dealing with cancer, and even on the show, we sort of saw that emotional transformation from NeNe being like the loud, bubbly, vivacious housewife that was always like sort of waited on hand and foot by her loving husband Greg to sort of like this caretaker position. And as an audience member, we could tell that that position was definitely taking a toll on NeNe. So in addition to feeling undervalued and underappreciated, she was also taking care of her husband, which was not exactly a role that she might have been used to at the time. Honestly, that's a situation that's super relatable. I think that we've all taken care of someone sick, maybe not someone that has cancer or a chronic illness, but we know how much hard work and energy and how much of a battery, an emotional battery, it takes to sort of take care of someone hand and foot that can't take care of themselves. So kudos to NeNe. Now we're gonna jump on over to the year 2022 because at this point, NeNe Leakes has decided that she's had enough. She decides to drop the lawsuit that she has against Bravo. She goes on to say, I don't hold on to things forever. She wishes that she could find her way back to Bravo. She's sort of wishing that there could be some sort of compromise. And honestly, as a fan, I was hoping for the same thing because Real Housewives of Atlanta, no shade. Girl, it was on its last ankle, its last pinky at the time, and listen, we needed the superstar energy from one Miss NeNe Leakes. Bam! It seemed as though NeNe was ready to let bygones be bygones, finally and officially, because I mean, NeNe was going on YouTube Live and slamming Bravo, she was tweeting and slamming Bravo, all over social media, NeNe was slamming Bravo and letting the world know about the injustices that she had faced. But she was ready to forgive. Was Bravo. Maybe the door at Bravo was cracked a little bit because NeNe actually just appeared over at NBC Universal. NeNe actually took part in the Emmy post-party wrap-up show that starred her, Justin Sylvester, and Ariana Madix. I mean, she did a great job. She was hilarious. She brought the iconic NeNe Leakes energy that we had been missing. So, I mean, is this sort of like a sign of good things to come for NeNe Leakes and Bravo? Are we getting near a partnership? Are we this close, y'all? One thing we know for sure, NeNe is definitely open to returning because she has already said in the media that she would love to come back for the fans, but obviously for that check. You know, Bravo got them coins. Now, something interesting I want to discuss, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. Do you believe that NeNe Leakes could have been as big or bigger than Kim Kardashian? Because she seems to think so. NeNe has said in an interview with Carlos King that she feels that she wasn't given the same opportunities as Kim Kardashian. And she feels that if she had, she'd be even bigger than Kim. She reminded us all that Kim Kardashian got this huge shoe dazzle deal, and NeNe Leakes wasn't afforded the same opportunity. And the reason why I bring that up is because the Keeping Up with the Kardashian show was on E, which is under the NBC Universal umbrella, right? Just like Bravo, where NeNe Leakes was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if Kim, who was super popular at the time, was afforded great, huge, big opportunities, and NeNe was literally the person that put Real Housewives of Atlanta on the map, why wasn't she afforded the same opportunities? NeNe says they made her more successful. She was able to walk through doors I wasn't allowed to walk through. Do you guys think that NeNe Leakes could have reached Kardashian level fame? I think if we really take a look back at that time period where it just seemed like everyone was throwing stuff at NeNe Leakes. She was in the Pride Parade. She got the role on Glee as Coach Roz. She did The New Normal. She was on like QVC or HSN. Everywhere you looked at a particular point in time, NeNe Leakes was there. NeNe Leakes was a star. NeNe Leakes is the moment. And I do feel like with the right management, with the right boost, with the right opportunities, she definitely could have been in that super luxurious upper echelon area of platform that the Kardashians have. A lot of factors go into why NeNe wasn't afforded those same opportunities, and I want to know why you think that is. Tell me in the comment section. Another point in NeNe's story about her return to Bravo that I want to point out is the fact that NeNe felt sort of abandoned by her castmates when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the story kind of goes, well, NeNe came out and spoke out about production, about Bravo, etc. Well, NeNe came forward and said that, don't look at me like I'm the problematic one, because me and all the other castmates have a group chat. And in this group chat, we are all discussing the issues that we face with production, that we face with contracts, that we face with Bravo as a whole, as an entity. And it seems as though NeNe felt some type of way because she spoke up and she was the one that was sort of in the line of fire, and no one came to her aid. No one came to her rescue. No one agreed with the things that she was saying publicly. And NeNe was offended by that. It's weird to think that behind the scenes you would have all of this support, all of this rah-rah, all of this raise up. And then when you finally are publicly honest, you think that you might have the same support publicly, and then you don't. That can be really discouraging. I might not want to return to the show where the cast is not even going to support me. However, I'm sure those castmates were thinking about that Bravo coin. Which is more important, your integrity or that bag? You tell me in the comments. And I mean, we can't forget about NeNe's feud with Wendy Williams, basically costing her her own talk show. In case you guys don't know, NeNe Leakes and Wendy Williams had a very close relationship and friendship at one point. Wendy would go on her talk show and talk about how she would go out to dinner with NeNe, and she would always give us the real nitty-gritty about the things that they talked about on the phone.
So my phone rings shortly after 10 o'clock. Wendy! It's NeNe. Right. Wendy! I said, hi, NeNe, why are you screaming? And why are we on speakerphone? Your house is big enough. We don't have to be on, what are you doing? So she said, Wendy, I miss seeing you. So she's like, what you doing? I was like, I'm watching the 10 o'clock news and then Seinfeld, and then I'm gonna go to sleep and probably wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and watch more TV. She said, girl. I said, yes, NeNe, why are you talking so loud? She said, I'm here with all my people. Everybody, tell Wendy hi. I hear a bunch of, Norman, I hear a bunch of people in the background, how you doing and hiing and stuff like that. NeNe goes, let's get on FaceTime. Norman, now you know, I don't have face or time for FaceTime, right. Period. Right. If I don't do it with my own parents or the show, why would I be doing it for somebody over there? You know, right. Which I like NeNe, but she's still an over there person.
I mean, Wendy Williams even appeared in like a cameo appearance, like a cameo phone call on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I thought was really cool because I'm a big Wendy Williams fan. However, their friendship definitely dissolved. It seemed as though even though Wendy and NeNe Leakes were really close friends, they were always going out to dinner together, there was this sort of air about Wendy that seemed to like look down on NeNe Leakes a lot. She would always say things like NeNe could never carry a show on her own, like a reality show.
The Housewives is that one thing that all the girls use to promote their other stuff. And while NeNe is as famous as Bethany, Bethany has turned it into a legitimate multi-million-dollar situation. Do you know what I mean, Andy? And what are they going to do? Is it going to be like Greg and NeNe? You're going to give them another reality show? That's boring. How about NeNe being a grandmother? That's boring. You know, NeNe and her own kids, That's boring. NeNe trying to figure out Hollywood. That's boring.
She would say that she could never imagine NeNe hosting a talk show. And I mean, this is someone where she would like talk trash about them. And then later that night, like they would be out at dinner and then Wendy would then talk about her the next day in a positive light. So there was a tug of war, it seemed, in their friendship. And then it was revealed that NeNe Leakes was actually offered a talk show by the same people that created Wendy Williams' talk show. And Wendy was not having it. And the more that Wendy spoke negatively about NeNe Leakes on her platform, on her show, on the after show, etc., it seemed as though that opportunity for NeNe Leakes dissipated. So, I mean, we've got all the odds stacked against her when it comes to NeNe Leakes trying to go off and do her own thing. You get what I'm saying? But it's like I always say, slow and steady wins the race. NeNe has been in this race for a long time, and I think that she's finally about to earn some of those fruits of her labor. I think it's time. So what do we think the future holds for NeNe Leakes, you guys? Do we see her making a return to Real Housewives of Atlanta? I mean, they just wrapped filming season 16. There was a whole bunch of drama that allegedly went down. We had a cash shakeup. We've got Phaedra's big return. I'm just very excited to see where NeNe fits in with all of this. She's done a great job at this Emmys post party. The door seems to be open for her over at NBC. What I don't want NeNe Leakes to just return for Real Housewives. I feel like NeNe Leakes is even bigger than Real Housewives of Atlanta. I would like to see her take on some other projects as well. I want to see her executive produce a show. I want to see her star in her own show, whether that be scripted or unscripted. I hope that she has some sort of production deal in the works with NBC. I could be reaching for the stars, right? I know some of y'all are in the comments that are going to be like, they're never going to let her work in this town again. But a boy can dream, right? A boy can dream. I want to see NeNe Leakes be at the top of her game at this point. I feel like not many reality TV personalities get a second go around, but I feel Phaedra Parks has sort of proven that given the right opportunities, you definitely have enough room to crush it once again. And I think that we could definitely be upon the next big NeNe Leakes renaissance, if she wants it. I know I do. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that NeNe Leakes is definitely on the brink of this huge Real Housewives of Atlanta Bravo comeback? Would you want that? Are you excited for that? I want that. Tell me in the comment section below. Make sure that you hit like on this video on your way out. Click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell for more reality TV, celebrity, pop culture, nostalgia, all that right here from the microphone. Y'all can't see that. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here, but don't you forget that the world keeps spinning and so shall you, and I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.